This is Anand Mahajan, your instructor for this course of Python. Now in the previous lecture we have learnt how we can read character by character from a file.
This video is brought to you by Appy Pie Academy.
In this lecture we are going to learn how to read line by line from a file. Okay, so the first thing I will do is, as you know, I will be opening the file using this open function. So name of the file is name.txt. It's going to be the file opening mode R and T are, read mode T, text mode. Even though we don't write R and T and we simply write this one, so by default the modes will be taken to be, by default they will be taken to be RT. By default RT is the file opening modes. Okay, so the next thing I am going to do is I am going to apply first let me tell you, suppose I want to read lines without applying a loop, so that is going to be quite cumbersome to do, because we will have to write down as many print statements as the number of lines. For example, say I write fobj dot read line. This is fobj dot read line. So what it will do is it will read the very first statement, the very first line of the file text.txt. Control Shift F10, I am going to execute it, and as you can see the output is oops, there seems to be some error. Let me see what is the problem. File which has no attribute read line. Okay, D is missing. It's a minor mistake. D. Okay. Control Shift F10. Yeah, as you can see the output is I am Anand Mahajan, I run a computer institute. If you remember, this was the first line of our text file, so that has been printed. If I want to print the second line, again I will write the same statement, third line same statement, Control Shift F10. All the three statements, they have been printed as you can see in the output window. But doing this thing is writing separate print statement for the consecutive lines, that is going to be quite difficult. So what we can do is we can simply apply a loop. Let me put it into comments. So it's very easy to do with the loop. I would write for var in fobj, which is our file object, colon, then I would write print var. Okay, it's quite simple. So what will happen is, for the first time, this is our file, this is our file. I'm sorry, it showed the song that I was listening to before starting this lecture. Anyways, for var in fobj, print var. Okay, so the first time the line was I am Anand Mahajan, I run a computer institute. This was our file. Okay, so the first line will be printed. The first line will go into the variable var. Second time what will happen is the second statement, that is I am also online instructor with udemy.com, that will go into the variable var. That will be third time my contact number is this and this, my email ID is my email ID. This line will go into var, that will be printed. And lastly the line is abamahajans@gmail.com, that will be going into the variable var and we will be printing it, and then the loop will break because the file has finished. Control Shift F10. Yeah, as you can see the whole file has been printed, but by applying a loop, by taking the help of a loop that picked up line by line. Thank you.